I have been messing with Crimson Desert now for over 10 hours, trying to figure out the best settings for this Lenovo Legion Go 2 handheld, and honestly, it's been such a headache. Hopefully in this video, I save you tons of time by letting me tinker through the settings so you can go straight into it and play this beautiful game. But before we do, my name's Christian Herrera. If you find videos like this helpful, please push that subscribe button, comment down below. You staying engaging helps me stay motivated to make videos like this and content for you guys. And go check out my other content. I love reviewing handheld tech or anything techy that just can help anything in your personal life. But let's get right into Crimson Desert. A couple things that I want to talk about is what device I'm using. I'm actually using the Lenovo Legion Go 2 Z2 Extreme, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, and I'm also using it on Windows 11. So this is not SteamOS and this is not Bazzite dual boot. This is just straight up Windows 11. So for those of you trying to figure out how to run this on Windows 11, this is a perfect tutorial for you. And I'm pretty sure this will also run on SteamOS and Bazzite due to the fact that 128KB last night posted a video to the similar settings that I had, and honestly, it's not much different other than a couple things. Also, I want to share with you that I've ran this on Steam Deck and it was absolutely awful. I can't even get it to run, so watch that video. It was such a headache. But anyways, I found the perfect settings for this and it's gonna help you. So let's jump into it. First couple things that I want you to do is, of course, I want you to go to Windows, go to your settings, go to Windows Update and check for updates. Make sure you don't have anything there. Same thing with Legion Space. Click the top left button here. Okay, it's gonna take you to Legion Space. Go to Settings, go to Disk and Drivers, and check for updates. Another thing that I found super helpful, and I was testing this by turning it off and on, is when you go to AMD software, you're gonna go into that software and go turn on HyperRX. Make sure that's enabled. Go find it on me, it's the home page, but you can also go to gaming and make sure that's turned on, okay? And Radeon Super Resolution, make sure that's turned on. Super important in my opinion. It helped this game look a lot better. Okay, let's go into Crimson Desert now. Look at this game. Look how beautiful it looks in handheld mode, and look how great the graphics look. This is me all full said and done, but I also am going to show you what it looks like before I could even figure out the settings, and look how awful it is. The internal frame gen on this, which we'll go over here in a little bit, is absolutely awful. So I purchased Lossless Scaling. If you don't have it, it's about $6 in Steam. This is also going to help you run this game a lot better. I'll show you with it on and I'll show you with it off. And honestly, I'll show you some frames per second, but you have to just ignore that. I don't know what it is about this game. You have to ignore frames per second because I'm running roughly around 30 to 40 and it feels like 60 to 70. But when I try to beef it up and try to change these settings to actually get a 60 to 70, it's awful. I don't know what it is. So you gotta just swallow the pill. You gotta swallow it and just understand that it's just better with these settings at these frames, and it looks so good and plays so well, okay? Let's go straight into the settings on Crimson Desert. Okay, so here on the settings on Crimson Desert, you're gonna see on screen mode, I'm on full screen. For display, I'm on just the native display they have. Resolution, I'm running 1920 by 1200. Upscale mode, I have off. And then all the way down, I have contrast off, HDR off, VSync off, and I didn't really adjust the brightness adjustment. So I kept that as is. Internally on the actual Lenovo Legion Go, I'm also running this on 1920 by 1200, 144 Hertz, and I'm running it on performance mode. Now keep in mind, you get a little bit more performance if you plug in directly into the wall and get more TDP out of it, but handheld mode, I'm trying to show you what it looks like without this. Honestly, I play on the couch quite a bit plugged in. It's just my preferred way of playing and I get a little bit more juice out of it, but if you don't have that, I get it. So let's go over to graphics settings. I set all of this to low, so it's all to low, except for texture quality, I put that to cinematic. And that honestly changed quite a bit. And when you go out of it and you go into the game, you can see how good it looks. This looks great, especially it being a handheld. Look how nice that looks. But don't let me fool you. Don't think that's all. I am also running lossless scaling, okay? So for the frame generation, I put the LSFG 3.1 fixed at a 2 multiplier, and then scaling I changed to FSR, and then I just scaled it. The rest I left default. And those are the important settings that makes this game look that way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm I'm gonna go back to the game so you have an example of what that looks like, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and unscale so you see the difference. Okay, so when you scale it gets a little darker, but the colors are more accurate. When you unscale, it's a little bit lighter, and it plays well, but it doesn't look as clean. So that's the importance of that lossless scaling. It gives you a little bit more better visuals, and you can tell that the frames per second are a little better. Again, if I were to go into the settings here in the game, you're gonna see that my frames per second are at 24, and that's what I'm telling you. You have to ignore that. I wish I could show you. I actually can't get the overlay to come on when using lossless scaling, but when I'm using this 24 to 25 frames, it's not accurate. I'm telling you, it feels really good, because when I crank this up or even try to go all medium, let's say, it starts getting laggy. See all that stutter? Yeah, it's no good. And if I go to my settings and I go all the way to low, how I had it, go to textures at cinematic, and then I go to video and I turn on this upscaling to FSR performance here, and keep AMD FSR frame gen off. Like, please, it's awful when you turn that on for some odd reason. And now you can see it looks a little grainy. It plays well, but it looks a little grainy. So if you go back into the settings, you turn this off, apply, then we go back into lossless scaling, scale it real quick. You're gonna see the big difference here. Nice, vibrant colors, looks great. This game looks really, really good, and it plays good. Like the reaction, me turning, it plays really, really well. So anyways, I wanted to share that. Again, those are the couple things that I did, but these are the settings that I felt like were amazing. If you plug in, you get a little bit more out of it. If you're in handheld mode, it works. But before I go, I want to show you what it looks like on the eGPU, because I think this is pretty neat. And it works great, and I don't even need a console anymore. But thank you so much for stopping by this video. Hopefully, again, it helped you tinker with your Crimson Desert and your Lenovo Legion Go, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.